The universe is not ignoring you. It's responding to something else entirely, something you don't even know you're broadcasting. Right now, as you listen to these words, you're sending out signals, not with your mouth, not with your hands, but with the deepest part of your being. And what you think you're asking for isn't what you're actually requesting. This is the great paradox that has puzzled seekers for millennia. Why do our most desperate prayers seem to fall on deaf ears? Why do our clearest intentions dissolve like morning mist? Why does the universe appear to mock our efforts with its silence? The answer lies not in the stars, but in the shadows of your own mind. There was once a man who spent years visualizing wealth. Every morning he would see himself counting money. Every night he would affirm his abundance. He followed every technique, every ritual, every method the teachers prescribed. Yet poverty clung to him like his own shadow. What he didn't realize was this. While his conscious mind was painting pictures of prosperity, his subconscious was writing a different story entirely. Deep beneath his awareness, he believed that money corrupted the soul, that good people struggled, that ease was somehow unearned. His conscious desire and unconscious belief were locked in an invisible war. And in this war, the unconscious always wins. This is the first truth the ancients understood. We are not unified beings. We are walking contradictions, conscious desires, wrestling with unconscious fears, stated intentions battling unstated beliefs. The Hermetic principle tells us, as above, so below. But what if the above of your conscious mind and the below of your unconscious are pointing in opposite directions? Watch a child who wants something. They don't visualize it. They don't affirm it. They don't try to manifest it. They simply expect it. They assume it's already theirs. Their wanting is clean, uncomplicated by doubt, untainted by desperation. But watch an adult who wants something. Notice the trying, the effort, the force. The very intensity of their wanting becomes a declaration of its absence. When you try too hard to manifest, you're actually manifesting the trying itself. You're broadcasting the frequency of effort, of lack, of not having. The universe responds not to your words, but to your energetic signature. And desperation has a very specific signature, one that repels what it seeks to attract. The ancient Taoists called this Wu Wei, effortless action. The Christians spoke of letting go and letting God. The Buddhists understood it as non-attachment. Different words for the same wisdom. The lighter your grip, the more you can hold. But why is this so difficult for us to understand? Here's what no one tells you about manifestation. It's not about getting what you want. It's about becoming someone who already has it. This isn't positive thinking. This isn't wishful imagination. This is about identity transformation at the deepest level. When Neville Goddard spoke of living in the end, he wasn't suggesting you pretend. He was pointing to a fundamental shift in self-concept. Not I will have this, but I am the kind of person who has this. Your subconscious doesn't understand future tense. It only knows now. When you constantly affirm what you will have, you're reinforcing its absence in the present. But when you assume the feeling of already being that person, everything changes. The question isn't, how do I manifest what I want? The question is, who do I need to become to already have it? But here's where it gets unsettling. Sometimes we don't manifest our desires because we don't actually want them. Shocking, isn't it? The conscious mind says one thing, but the unconscious knows better. Sometimes what we think we want is just what we think we should want. Sometimes our desires are borrowed from others, inherited from society, imposed by expectation. Deep down, part of you might know that getting what you think you want would fundamentally change who you are. And change, even positive change, is terrifying to the unconscious mind. So it sabotages, it creates resistance, it makes you feel unworthy, unready, undeserving, not because you are these things, but because it's trying to protect the version of you it knows. Your unconscious mind would rather keep you miserable and familiar than happy and unknown. There's another layer to this mystery. Sometimes the universe doesn't give you what you want because it's giving you what you need to become someone who can handle what you want. Every delay is not denial. Every no is not rejection. Sometimes the universe is seasoning you, preparing you, strengthening you for a gift too large for your current capacity. The oak tree doesn't resent the storm. It knows that the pressure creates the strength that will allow it to stand for centuries. What if your unfulfilled desires aren't signs of universal indifference, but evidence of universal intelligence? What if the timing isn't wrong, but perfect? What if the waiting isn't punishment, but preparation? Here's the paradox that breaks most people. You have to want without wanting. You have to care without caring. You have to try without trying. This isn't contradiction, it's transcendence. You care enough to set the intention, but not so much that you strangle it with desperation. You want it enough to align with it, but not so much that you repel it with neediness. You try enough to take inspired action, but not so much that you force outcomes. This is the middle way the Buddha taught. This is the surrendered action the Bhagavad Gita describes. This is the effortless effort that moves mountains. So what does it mean to manifest without resistance? It means becoming comfortable with uncertainty. It means trusting the process even when you can't see the path. It means holding your desires lightly, like a butterfly that will only stay if you don't close your fist. It means questioning not just what you want, but why you want it. Not just your conscious desires, but your unconscious fears. Not just your stated intentions, but your unstated beliefs. It means becoming more interested in who you're becoming than in what you're getting. The universe isn't ignoring your desires. It's responding to your entire being, your conscious thoughts, your unconscious beliefs, your energetic signature, your identity, your worthiness, your readiness. And sometimes its greatest gift is not giving you what you think you want, but revealing who you really are beneath what you think you want. The ancient alchemists knew something we've forgotten. The real transformation isn't led into gold. It's you into someone who doesn't need the gold to feel whole. When that transformation happens, the gold appears effortlessly, not because you manifested it, but because you became someone in whose life such things naturally occur. So here's your invitation. Stop asking the universe to change your circumstances. Start asking it to reveal the beliefs that created them. Stop trying to attract what you want. Start becoming someone who naturally experiences it. The universe has been responding to you all along. The question is, what have you been broadcasting? Take a moment right now. Feel into this question. What would you have to believe about yourself, about life, about your worthiness, to naturally have what you desire? That's your real work. That's your true manifestation practice.